We are just a couple of days away from the Q4 2020 of Tesla, and I will show you what we will look into it right now. After you subscribed and liked this video, I would love to go and see where you are watching from. Just drop me the emoji of your flag and let me know where you are watching from. These videos that are coming out every single day on different kind of topics, different kind of companies. So I really want to know where you are watching from these videos. And first, in the first part of this video, I would not go into the numbers because this is covered so much in the internet and by other YouTubers. So I want to make sure that we are looking also in the other things that are really important. For example, in the Q3 conference call, there were some really good news about, future deliveries. There was some news that the energy storage business is like sold out and have so much demand for years to come. All right, so exactly this kind of bits and pieces I'm looking forward to when looking into the presentation, but as well as the conference call. And guys, I cannot stress this enough, make sure to watch and listen to watch is not possible, but listen to the conference calls. Conference calls can teach you so much about the companies. Not only that, it shows you also how the management reacts to questions of analysts and much more. So make sure if you have invested in a couple of companies to do exactly that, to look for these bits and pieces in the conference calls and to watch them all right? They're available on the website of the companies, they are available on the internet because some YouTubers are uploading them. Specifically Tesla is always very well covered, so it goes maybe an hour, where you get all the information in voices by people like Elon Musk or Zach Kickhorn, who's the CFO. So I'm super excited for the following. First, I would love to see an official number for the guidance, because the number is somewhere at between 850,000 and 1 million cars estimated for 2021. Then I'm looking into the further updates on the Tesla Texas factory, as well as China factory, as well as Germany, because the gigafactories are a huge part into the puzzle of the immense growth of Tesla stock. So you can see where this factories advance, and as sooner they get ready and can scale and increase the capacity, as better the product overall in the supply and demand coverage will be covered, because there's so much demand for cars. For example, in Europe, they are starting already to send cars from China over to Europe. So you can see here how important the next gigafactories will be. So I believe we will see something that if the gigafactory in Germany will be ready, they will take over for the Europe part, and then you will have another factory in Asia, for example, that will supply countries like Thailand, like Malaysia, like Sri Lanka, and so on. So I think this is something that is very, very important. So the next thing I'm looking for is, what are the updates on the solar and energy business? I mean, the car business is very, very important for Tesla, yes, but it's also important what the next couple of products are doing. Okay, we don't have that much updates, neither from the overall market nor from Elon Musk himself on Twitter like he usually do. So I'm super excited to see those developments over there. And then I would love to see obviously those updates on Semi, Roadster, and the Cybertruck, because those are really, really interesting products that can, and here you can see it, Tesla is so busy and so fast growing, they cannot even grow enough that fast that, all of these things are already covered, right? We don't have the Cybertruck yet. It's not even produced. The line is not really even produced where the cars will be produced. So it's still a waiting game with so many catalysts out there for Tesla. And one more thing that I'm really, really looking forward to is that maybe we shall see one more thing, right? I mean, Elon Musk sometimes, it's not that usual for quarter earnings calls, but usually they come out with something that is a surprise to us. And maybe it is the announcement of the S and X remodeling. This would be fantastic. Or it's even maybe something totally different, right? That Tesla comes up with in this earnings call and the earnings presentation, which I think developed very, very nicely. I love the presentations, as you know, this PDF that shows us everything about the last quarter. So I'm super excited for that. I hope you too. And let's dive into some numbers. So before diving into the numbers, I would like to show you guys whom I recently follow very much in terms of Tesla news and Tesla numbers and accurate Tesla predictions. And this is Gary Black on Twitter. His tag is GaryBlack00, former CEO at Aegon Asset Management US, co-CEO at Calamos, and CIO Equities Goldman Sachs Asset Management. Then also a CEO, CIO at Janus. And his views are my own and don't represent investment advice. This is what he has in his bio. And Gary is, I don't know how he's doing it, but basically every couple of hours or by hour, he has something to say about Tesla, okay? He covers news, he covers predictions, what will happen to the stock over short term, over long term, over the year, price target for the year is, I think, $1,000 for him. So he has this very interesting catalyst that he pinned to his Twitter account, which is the following. And the number 4 point is the one for us interesting. EPS, he expects a $1.07 EPS versus the street expectation of $1. And this is, he in his beliefs, a catalyst for the stock to rise. Also, his deliveries estimations are 840 versus street 815,000 cars for 2021. And then obviously he has a couple of other catalysts that he's saying. And again, he is covering basically everything what can impact Tesla. If it's Biden, if it's yesterday interesting spike into the stock here, he wrote Tesla woke. So as you can see, he's very, very, very much invested into Tesla. So make sure that you are following him, because I believe it's also important to follow really, really interesting people on social medias to see where things going. And I want to go inside the EPS because it's one of the most important figures when you're looking into earnings, right? I mean, earnings sometimes are just dependent on how much is the expectation and what is delivered. And it's always the same way, guys, okay? Doesn't matter how long you're on Wall Street, it never changes. It is always, if the expected is beat, then most probably the stock will rise after that, okay? And sometimes the company can make like crazy kind of results, like for example Amazon in the Q2, but then if the expectations are already very high and it just met or just below that, then stocks can also, though they're having a very, very good result, can go down. So this is an important thing to know. EPS, for those who don't know, is the earnings per share, so the company earnings divided by the shares of that company. So let's dive into another very important website that I usually use. It's Earnings Whispers, because it's so accurate sometimes. It's something different than the street expectations. So the street expectations are actually something that, of all the analysts, everybody, thinks other about the numbers and revenue and earnings per share. So the street expectations, it's some kind of an average, right? And the Earnings Whispers our website that is for free, and you can, you know, go and search for Tesla, and then they show you when the earnings are and what are the expecting whisper numbers. So here you can see even, so first of all, the numbers will be released on after the market closes on January 27, which is a Wednesday, and then you having here the earnings whispers at 1.11 dollars. So you see even higher than the one from Gary, and the consensus, let's say, which is the street's expectations on average is 0. It's a little below $1 even. A revenue almost $10 billion, never beaten at this kind of number. So this would be absolutely insane. Further, if you go here, you can see also the other things, like, you know, what the analysts are saying. 7 of them are positive, 11s are neutral, and 3 are more onto the sell side. And obviously, if you go here, you can also get you know, a premium membership, I guess, and you know, get some other information. But that's really not needed. I mean, you know, here you can see also a little bit about the chart. So there's a resistance at 852, 859, 869, and on the other side support at 835 or 825 and 818 according to the chart. Yeah. Then you can see here some some trends, right? And then you can see here the growth expected. So pretty good numbers, obviously. 35 expected revenue growth, and the expected earnings growth is even more ridiculous. But you can see here, that's a very, very interesting website which you can use to see, okay, if this or Gary's opinions are true, right? If Tesla gets very, very productive this quarter, then we are beating the expectations, which can be very, very good for us shareholders. So I'm super excited. If you want to know exactly those kind of things, if you want to know how to find X10 stocks like Tesla, like we found Tesla, right? And since we talked about first Tesla, you know, the stock's 10x, and therefore I created my own online video course with 100 unpublished videos about the stock market and 50 about how to find the stock, then how to analyze it, where to watch, what to do, when to buy, when to sell, and so everything that I know on x10masterclass.com. Check it out, and if you like it, enroll. You get even lifetime access to my Discord chat. So I'm super excited to see you on the other side, because don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side.